Welcome to the Common Sense Nation. I'm your host, the Doctor of Common Sense. I want you to come in and enjoy yourself. Now, if you're real sensitive to facts and truth, this might not be the broadcast for you. You might want to join some of the broadcasters who scratch your itching ears. We're not in that over here. It's okay to disagree. It's okay to get yourself upset. But please be respectful in our comments. Our moderators will be monitoring you if you get a little too hostile. It's okay if we disagree, because everybody's not going to agree on everything. But I can tell you this, and I promise you this. We plan on exposing both sides when they lie. No, I'm not concerned if your feelings get hurt. I'm not concerned if your favorite politician, your favorite YouTuber, your favorite reporter, your favorite athlete, your favorite actor gets exposed. Our job in the Common Sense Nation is to expose and report the facts. If the facts are offensive to you, that may sound like a you problem. Enjoy the show. Well. You know what we like to do? We'll actually like to start off with something. My man, Hamp Redmond, is running for that 2nd district down in Columbia, South Carolina, district number 2. I'll let him speak for himself.
So hello, this is Hamp Redmond. So we filed today at the South Carolina Elections Commission. It costs $3,480 to file to run for this seat against Sleepy Joe Wilson. The primary is on June the 9th. I need you to fire Joe Wilson, vote for Hamp Redmond for South Carolina District 2. We still need donations to come in. We still need help so I can continue to take the fight to the enemy. We have to do a lot of advertising on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. Plus, we got to do radio commercials and we need signs. So we need all the help we can get from our brethren. I'd like to take a few minutes to say thank you to Stacy Michaels for her donation. I'd like to say thank you to Mr. BT and Miss Carla for their generous donation as well. And I'd like to say thank you to Eric LeBron Rodriguez for his donation. We call him the welder. So, but anyway, once I can get in this seat, I can make a change for things. There won't be no more sending money across seas. There won't be no more making busts of Zelensky to go in the Capitol building. Won't be no more of that foolishness. We'll have a down-to-earth fella in office. And I'm asking you for your vote on June the 9th in the Republican primary. This is Hamp Redmond, and I thank you for your vote.
That's Hamp Redmond, one of our moderators. He's running for that 2nd district down in South Carolina now. I hope I'm not going to get too many of y'all upset today, because I know how sensitive y'all are about some of y'all heroes in the meeting. In the media, I'm sorry to say the meeting. In the media. Because I'm going to have a little fun, poking fun, because they going in it with each other, so I want to have fun with them. Tiffany Birding just hit us up, said, that's right, it's okay to disagree. Let's expose all liars. As Cat Williams said, all liars will be exposed. That's all. That's all. That's what we plan on doing. Now, in case you didn't know, they had, it's Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson is on one side. Ben Shapiro and Mark Levin is on the other side. And I want to have some fun. If you're on our members only, we talked a little bit about on the video we put on the members only probably about an hour or so ago. We commented a little bit about the Oscars, which is a damn joke. I can't remember the last time I watched the damn Oscars. Here's the problem. We got to be careful with just taking everybody's word for something. You should examine anything anybody says. That's including me. You shouldn't blindly follow anyone. The Apostle Paul even he commended the Bereans for studying what he was saying. I don't understand. On one side, Mark Levin is upset because you criticize Israel. On the other side, Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson thinks that you got to just ignore Hamas and the Palestinians. Ben Shapiro, he's flip-flopped so many times, and I'm going to play some of that flip-flop in case you think I'm just making it up. Because many of you say these people are so brilliant, but they make some big, big mistakes, or either they just get it wrong so big. But then later on, everybody talking about, like they said, Mark Levin is the great one. Mark Levin hated Donald Trump. Now Donald Trump is defending Mark Levin because Meg Kelly said he had a micro penis. He had been going in on her, but he don't like nobody going in on them. And Meg Kelly, now she used to love Mark Levin. Now she can't stand him. They get into it. This is why I don't get into that flippity flap with the other YouTubers and all that kind of stuff. See, they be all kissy at first, and then they'll start getting into it because they think you got to agree with everything they say. I don't agree with everything Donald Trump say. But at the same time, now Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson think that Donald Trump is the devil. They didn't even think that a year or so ago. So when you start flip-flopping just a little bit too hard, and especially when you keep getting it wrong on many things, I'm just a little suspicious. Mark Levin was all in it for Ted Cruz. And then he was upset. I think it was Roger Stone who attacked Mark Levin, and he said he was going to have everybody vote for somebody else besides Donald Trump. Well, how'd that work out for you? Because I thought you was the great one, but you kind of missed the boat on that one. So, and you remember when Ben Shapiro was pushing for you to take the jab. Thought I forgot about that Ben Shapiro? No, I didn't forget. He's supposed to be so damn brilliant, and he was trying to force people to take the jab. I knew the jab was a joke from the get-go. Nobody can convince me to go take some shot that the government is trying to force you to take. You can put a 357 on me and ask me, do I rather you shoot me with the 357 or take the jab? I'm going to say, pull the trigger. Because I'll be damned if I let you inject that crap in me. It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. But the gig was up on me when they were talking about the jab, when they started telling me about a dust mask was able to prevent it. It seemed to me Ben Shapiro should have knew the gig was up, smart as he is. I mean, he went to Harvard. You don't know a dust mask can't stop infectious disease? I don't understand how people can be so brilliant and get it so wrong. Meg Kelly she was for trans right when she was on CBS. Now all of a sudden she's brilliant again. I'm just saying, you got to be careful when you make these people. See, it's almost like when they make the Hollywood crowd their hero. Can you believe people are still? I mean, most people are waking up now. I remember probably about 25 years ago, I was working for this company and we dealt with chemicals and recycling and waste material and all this kind of stuff. And I remember I used to tell everybody that recycling is a joke. Boy, you should have saw. People still get mad when I tell them right now. I say, you're not going to tell me. You got your emotions involved. I was in the industry. I already know it's a damn joke. You can't tell me damn thing about no recycling, about no chemical waste. Don't even try to lecture me on it because you don't know what you're talking about. But I knew it was a joke. Recycling was a joke because I had to deal with these people and they weren't recycling most of the crap what they're saying. When you go look at the Oscars last night, when they left the Coliseum, they told you not to use plastic. All that plastic stuff was just scattered around where all the leftists was at. And they was upset about you spending money with the troops. I think it was $22 million on steak and lobster. I heard they spent about $60 million on the food for these damn Hollywood perverts. See, they always think that what they do is different from what you do. You don't deserve anything, but they deserve everything. So I want to play some of the clips of some of these people who are arguing back and forth like a bunch of high school girls or something online. But before we do that, I want to play the new Ayatollah because we got a new Ayatollah over there.
Alaikum Habibis. This is Donallah J. Ayat Trump speaking, inshallah. From now on, I am your new Ayatollah. To the Iranian people, Azadi, freedom is coming. Trust me. We're going to make Iran Kabir again. Your oil, beautiful oil, is safe with me. Wallah, nobody protects oil like Trump. Soon we celebrate with a big cello kebab festival. Everyone saying, mashallah, shukran.
Now, the reason I'm having so much fun with this is because some people are losing their mind about the war. Oh my God, we took out the Ayatollah. It wasn't an imminent threat. I just find the whole damn thing funny. All these chicken littles running around like the sky's falling or something because we took out the Ayatollah. Well, it was because of Israel. See, I'm balanced. Israel has done some dirty things, but Israel's not wrong about everything. What was funny to me is when Megyn Kelly was saying it wasn't an imminent threat. That's the funniest thing I've ever heard of before when people tell me what an imminent threat. If you have 47 years of doing stuff to me, and I even think it's a possibility that you're not negotiating in good faith, I'm going to slap you in the mouth then. We just need to take you out. See, I'm from the school of hard knocks, so to speak. And where I'm from, if a guy was running his mouth as much as that and he was in your face, you don't keep talking. You punch him in his mouth and make him go ahead and fight. Because we ain't got time to be talking. We're not on the internet. We're in front of each other. So all that yapping and stuff, somebody needs to get their asses whipped if you're going to keep running your mouth. Ayatollah was running his mouth. He kept running his mouth about what he was going to do. It's obvious they want to get nuclear weapons. It's a fact. So I don't care if it's an imminent threat. I don't care if they took him out. Y'all said it was going to be World War III 9 months ago when we went over and bombed the nuclear sites. Well, evidently we missed some nuclear sites because they was hiding something. But what gets me is, though, all of the people who's against taking out the Ayatollah 5-6 years ago, they were for it. What changed? Can't make your mind up because you get your emotions involved. The one thing is if you're gonna cover news, you got to learn how to move your emotions in the back burner. This is why I don't believe people who report the news need to become so friendly with President Trump or J.D. Vance. Tucker Carlson, your son worked for J.D. Vance. But see, people become too friendly with him. Like when Candace was going to the White House, Tucker was going to Mar-a-Lago, they didn't have a problem with it. Mark Levin hated Donald Trump until he said his brother-in-law was about to die and Donald Trump called him. Now he's kissing his ass. See, I don't kiss none of their asses. None of them. I don't give a damn who it is. I just never been an ass kisser. I didn't work for CEOs. I didn't work for presidents. I never kissed in there. You can go talk to any boss I ever had. I've never been an ass kisser. I'm not very good at kissing ass. It's been one of those things that I never was very fond of because all I got to do is do my job. And I'm going to do my job better than anybody else. So I'm going to make it where if you fire me, you're hurting yourself. That's what you do. So you ain't got to kick it. People who got to kiss ass ain't doing their job. That's why you got to kiss ass because you ain't doing your job. I'm going to do my job. I'm going to do above and beyond my job. So it's going to hurt you to fire me. I ain't never been fired before. Because when I get there, I'm going to do my damn job. If you do your job, you don't have to kiss ass. Ass kissers are the ones who don't really do their job or they're not confident in themselves, so they got to go kiss a bunch of ass. I can't relate to people. I don't even like ass kissers. When I see these people just kissing up to Donald Trump or Tucker Carlson or Mark Levin or whoever, and I just be looking and I might be saying, look at that. And then 6 months later, they hate them. Most of these conservatives, especially the minority conservatives, they built their platform on kissing Trump's ass about how they was for Trump. And then once they got their little platform built up, now they stop kissing ass. Come on now. Stop. All y'all. I can name them too. Your little favorite YouTubers, they came up with a bunch of ass kissers. I was for Donald Trump when he first came down the plane. And I told people that Ted Cruz was not going to make a good president. Now, having said that, I disagree with a lot of things Donald Trump does. That don't mean I disagree with everything he does. I still think he's better than, I always tell the rest of Tucker and all them, naming your president that did a better job than him. Because you can't, damn sure you can't say that Clinton or Bush or any of the Bushes, you can't even say Reagan. So if he's trash, all the other presidents in your lifetime is trash too. Because whatever you name, he's done more and better than they did. So if he's trash, that means they're trash. See, you got to learn how to separate things. I don't have to agree with everything you say. When Donald Trump does something, I make fun of him. I call him Mr. Little Hands. I pick fun at everybody. I always tell people, don't get so sensitive. I made fun of J.D. Vance. I said we're going to deport his wife. People got upset about that, but I didn't care. I made fun of Erica Kurt. People, see, Ben Shapiro said you can't criticize Erica Kurt. Your mama may not be able to criticize Erica Kurt, but I can. I'm going to criticize whoever I want to criticize, whenever I want to criticize them, however I want to criticize them. If you're in a public forum, you have a right to be criticized. That's all it is to it. So I don't understand why people be so sensitive, people calling you name. I've been getting called name for the last, what's that, 16 years. Every name you can name, they didn't call me. I laugh at it. Matter of fact, I used to make videos about the names they was calling me, and then they figured out that they wasn't pissing me off by calling me names. They said, sticks and stones. I don't care about nobody name calling me online. Come on. That's a joke. You name calling. This is what we used to do for fun, play the dozens. Name calling is fun to me. That's a fun. And if you say something good, that's a name call towards me, guess what? I'm going to laugh at it. I'm going to say, that's funny. You got me there. That was a good one right there. But I'm not going to get all butthurt and act like I don't, oh my God, I can't believe you said something bad about me. And that's how people are acting right now. Mark Levine don't want to be criticized, but he criticizing everybody. Meg Kelly doesn't like, you don't want to be criticized. Candace Owens don't want to be criticized. Ben Shapiro don't want to be criticized. You can't criticize Israel. You can't criticize Palestinians. You can't criticize Donald Trump. I can criticize whoever the hell I want to criticize. Because that's what journalism is supposed to be about. It's supposed to be about you criticizing everyone. Everyone can get criticized. You can criticize me and anybody else. Funny thing about it, they criticize Jesus, but I can't criticize them. You better get out of here with that. Criticize Jesus, but we can't criticize these damn people. Last time I checked, none of them was perfect. So I want to have a little fun. I want to dabble in a little fun. I like having fun with some of these people getting themselves all worked up. Ooh, they be getting mad too. And then they're going to tell you that they're not going to listen to you no more because you criticize somebody that was one of their heroes. That just hurts my feelings, boy. I don't think I'm going to sleep all tonight. If you get upset. Who do I want to bring up first? I want to bring up which one is it? This is Ben Shapiro. I can't remember which one it is on Ben Shapiro because boy, he going in on
the reason the FBI is not releasing.
Oh yeah, no, this is Ben Shapiro. Well, should I play this one for? Yeah, this is Ben Shapiro saying that there's nothing else in Epstein files. So let me turn that down because it's kind of loud, man. I don't know why some videos are real loud and other ones not. Now this is him saying there's nothing else in the Epstein files, which is I just find this one kind of funny.
FBI is not releasing them is because those tapes do not include underage people with third parties on Epstein Island. That is not what the tapes are. Okay, I also have sources in the federal government who are covering this stuff and have seen the documents. Okay, those tapes are just child porn. That's all. That's what they are. That's why the FBI is not releasing them. Okay, as far as the Epstein list, what I have been told by my sources is that there is no Epstein list, that basically there's a black book of Jeffrey Epstein contacts. And the vast majority of those contacts are already out there publicly. That's why you know names like Prince Andrew or Alan Dershowitz or some of the names that have been mentioned here.
So Ben Shapiro says there is no other names in the list. Did you get that? Okay, Ben, I believe you.
Epstein files. There are none. Okay, as far as the Epstein list, there is no Epstein list.
I love when people see. There's one thing about video, you gotta do is replay it.
The evidence suggested there really was not an Epstein list if you were watching this case with any sort of eagle eye.
If you watch it with an eagle eye, there's no Epstein list. Now, this is before the 3 million files came out.
The Justice Department released so many records from the Epstein files today, more than 3 million pages plus videos and photos, that if you were to print them out and stack them up, they'd be about 3 times taller than the Statue of Liberty.
Okay, did Ben Shapiro apologize for that bald-faced lie? Now, I got a question, though. Why is Prince Andrews being treated so bad? all this. Now, everybody wants you to believe this has got something to do with the legal aspect. It ain't just that. No. Prince Andrews he's been really a pervert all his life. He was a little spoiled brat because he was in the royal family. He's been a womanizer, but here's the problem is, if you mess with grown women that's consensual, that's your business. But when you start messing with underage children, do you really believe that there's nobody else in these files? That they were doing this kind of gymnastics not to let the files go out? Because all they had to do is say, here's the stuff that we can release. Here's the stuff that we're going to cover. If it's Jeffrey Epstein with a bunch of children, we're not going to release that. But that's not what they said. They had to redact all kind of stuff, and nobody can explain why all these people was communicating with Jeffrey Epstein. See, when you start lying about stuff that you don't have to lie about, you just don't become credible with me. This is why Kash Patel could never have any credibility with me anymore. For a fact, I knew he was lying. This is why Dan Bongino could never have any credibility with me. This is why Pam Bundy could never have any credibility with me. When you lie for no damn reason, just blatantly out tell a lie like that. Now, either Ben Shapiro is stupid or he just flat out lied, saying his sources. I don't give a damn about your sources. Your sources could be part of the deep state. Hate when people try to bully you into just, let's let it go. No, I thought that was journalism was about. You supposed to, when some don't make no damn sense, you ask questions about it. Now, you tell me, since 2007, why was 4 presidents and all of these FBI and CIA and DOJ covering up for just Jeffrey Epstein? And then when we released the files, we found out that Barack Obama's one of his chief lawyers in the White House while he was the president was communicating with Jeffrey Epstein left and right. Bill Clinton constantly going with Jeffrey Epstein. Alan Dershowitz constantly. All of these people involved with Jeffrey Epstein, but you want me to believe it had nothing to do with any kind of perverted thing, even though he's a pervert. Howard Lutnick, who's still on Trump's staff right now, was living next door to Jeffrey Epstein for about 21 years. He said he went over there one time and visited him. Him and his wife would never go around a disgusting Epstein. Then he took his children to the damn island. Why lie about it then? Why tell me a bold-faced lie like that for no damn reason? This is almost as bold-faced as the lie that Beyonce mama told that she cooked gumbo for 15 hours. Hell, for nobody cooks gumbo for 15 hours. Why is she lying about that? I couldn't find nobody else but her. Nobody who does gumbo ever said they cook gumbo for 15 hours. You burning the damn gumbo. Hell is you talking about? Why is she lying? Whenever somebody lies for no damn reason, you got to be suspicious of them. What's the reason of saying that Jeffrey Epstein is not involved with some type of intel community when we know he was, everybody you can name as high-ranking officials, he was communicating with him because he just such a nice guy. Even after he was convicted of this child molestation, and they downgraded, don't forget they downgraded Epstein's charges. But what I'm wondering is, why would Ben Shapiro lie like this? Now, Ben Shapiro is not the only one. Let's see, if I want to think, I'm going to go to Meg Kelly. Because I got a couple of videos with Meg Kelly. The contradictory, because her and Mark Levin is into it now. Meg Kelly and Mark Levin. Now, I'm going to play a couple of ones from Meg Kelly. Now, I know y'all think Meg Kelly is so genius now. How was she ever fooled that a man can become a woman? She had these trans kids when she was on CBS. I just don't understand how any intelligent person with an IQ above a 6th grader could think that a man could ever become a woman. You lose all credibility with me. This is why, what's her name? Ketanji Brown. She don't know the definition of a damn woman because she's not a biologist. She's not credible to me. And if you stupid enough to think she's credible, you stupid. If your mammy is stupid enough to think she's credible, your mammy is stupid. Hell is you talking about? A man can never become a woman. They don't have the internal tools, period, end of discussion. There's no such thing as a trans. Get over yourself. I will not play your stupid games. When I was a child, I acted like a child. I thought like a child. I became adult. I put childish things away. Nobody's gonna convince me. I was one of the first ones said these other cowardice YouTubers won't even say anything because they're too big of a cowards. How in the hell a man with no uterus, he don't have a menstruation, how the hell he gonna become pregnant? Tim Walz putting tampons in the freaking restroom and you want me to go along with that? You're a freaking wimp. I don't got no respect for wimps anyway. Too scared to say something. It's ridiculous. But Megyn Kelly, when she was doing it, but I'm gonna give her back and forth with Mark Levin, because it's almost like Mark Levin ran to Donald Trump and Megyn Kelly is talking bad about me. You need a man to defend you because a woman said something about you? Man, that made you look real weak. I thought you was the great one. At least that's what Sean Hannity calls him, the great one. I don't call him that. And here's Megyn Kelly.
Rather than dealing with it like a man by making a joke about it, whatever, ignoring it, brushing me back from the plate, he actually ran to the president of the United States. He ran to Donald Trump.
And see, Donald Trump gets involved to attacking Mark Levin. Listen, little hands, you can't tell nobody not to attack Mark Levin. The hell does you think you is? I don't understand these grown-ass men think they can tell somebody what to do. If you tell me not to talk about somebody, I'm going to make sure I talk about them then. It's best you just stay out of it. None of your business. These are grown-ups. Or who the hell do you think you is?
And had Trump send out a nice tweet about him last night, overnight. And it was a ridiculous tweet for which now the president is getting blowback because he does not have his finger on the pulse of where his party is right now, which is very unusual for Trump. This is very strange. The tweet, it's very strange that Mark Levin couldn't fight his own battle. But, you know, like true pathetic weakling bullies, he's all bark and no bite. As soon as you punch them back, and look, I'm all for taking the high road, and I did try. But after 111 tweets, increasing the security profile in my own life and attacking me in the most vile terms, I think anybody could see that I was entitled to one below the belt punch, right? When they go.
I don't got no problem with it. If you call him micro penis, he got upset. Maybe he does have a micro penis. Because, no offense, if a man don't have a micro penis, you call him a micro penis, he gonna start laughing like, that's funny. But a man with a micro penis, if you say he got a micro penis, he gonna get offensive. He gonna get defensive, I mean. He's defensive because maybe it's true. Because you don't have to get mad about it. You can just laugh at that. That'd be like somebody telling Michael Jordan, you can't play basketball. He gonna start laughing at you. I mean, come on.
Go low, we go micro penis. That's the way it's going to be.
Like when Marco Rubio, the only person who ever got under Donald Trump's skin, really got in his skin, was Marco Rubio when they was running against each other when he called them small hands. Trump lost his crap. It just means it's true. Because there's no reason for you to get upset. You call me small hands, I'm going to start laughing at you.
At least insofar as that bully is concerned. And sure enough, he didn't know what to do. He went crying to the president, who's running a war right now, not to mention the country.
Exactly. Why is he getting involved with some internet chit chatter? You got all kind of other stuff going on. Mind your business, Mr. President.
It's crazy that this happened. And Trump sent out a truth late last night. I'll read to you in part, calling Mark Levin a truly great American patriot. He's somewhat under siege by other people with far less intellect, capability, and love for our country. Mark is tough, strong, and brilliant. I mean, if he's so tough, Mr. President, query why you're fighting his battle. That's why they call him the Great One. Sean Hannity realized it. He was special. Mark's a true conservative and has intellect. He's far smarter than those who criticize him. Above all, he's a man of great wisdom and common sense who truly loves our country. When you hear others unfairly attack Mark, remember, they are jealous and angry human beings whose sway is much less than the public understands and will, now that they know where I stand, rapidly diminish. This is Trump. He firmly believes that if he criticizes you, meaning me, Tucker, or anybody, that we will have no more audience left. I mean, I have 10 years to show that's not true. Now, yet, are there some who will say, okay, the president's mad at you, I'm out? I guess so, but I feel like those people left me long ago because nobody ever thought I was a Trump sycophant. Fan, yes. Sycophant, no. And, we've sparred many, many times.
Okay, that's her. Now, I want to move down here. This is Meg Kelly when she was on CBS. You remember this?
People with me on stage right now are all transgender kids who want others to know it is possible to transition socially with love and support and acceptance within a family and a community. Please welcome 16-year-old Nicole, 12-year-old.
Now, why would Meg Kelly promote this? This woman right here is going off on, I think she's going off on Meg Kelly. I think so.
No, I do not believe that one bit. I talk to MAGA people all day long.
Oh, she's against the war. That's right.
Every day. And the everyday average American is absolutely against this war. And they know that the only reason why we are even in Iran right now is because of Israel. We see Benjamin Netanyahu coming to our country more than any other foreign government, any other foreign nation. He's been here almost 8 times. This is embarrassing. We are the United States of America. Why are we allowing a foreign country to occupy our government? And now we see I was removed from a Religious Liberty Commission because I dared to speak out against Israel.
So this is the part I don't like that happens. If you speak out against Israel, they're like they lost their mind. It's almost like, now, I don't care about the war myself, but that one was embarrassing. I'm gonna look at that one. Here is, okay, this is the same one was, all right. Here's Meg Kelly bragging on, she has a crush on Mark Levin.
Yeah, I learned from the best. I mean, Hannity.
And Dan Bongino is nothing but a professional ass kisser. He's always talking like a tough guy or something, but he's got everything wrong. He's the one that said Epstein killed himself too. He's a clown.
That's why, like, if he called or his team called, I would always go on for them. And then, Levin's another one. Like if Mark Levin, the godfather of the movie, he asked you to come on.
He said Mark Levin is the godfather.
You just do it, like, out of respect. You don't say, Mark, hold on, I got a pizza down. You just do it.
No.
You show up and you shut
I
up.
have no relationship
your
with
show
him, Dan.
too. I just couldn't earlier. That was the only reason.
I have this crush from afar on Mark Levin. I've always loved him.
The best.
See how fake these people are? See, this is why I don't be kissing their asses. She had a crush on him. Now y'all getting into it. See, it makes you look bad. And Donald Trump got the same problem. He'll be bragging on somebody, and the next minute, it changes around. Now, I want to bring in Mark Levin because I want to show you how Mark Levin was adamant. He was adamant against Donald Trump at first. He was Ted Cruz. I remember this because a bunch of the Ted Cruz people was upset with me because I was attacking Ted Cruz. This was before they took me off YouTube first time. Back in 2016, 17, I remember 2016, they told me, a bunch of them told me, we're never going to listen to you anymore because you was attacking Ted Cruz. I said, Ted Cruz is going to lose. God told me Ted Cruz is going to win. Well, you lied on God because Ted Cruz never became president, fool. So who was right? I was right and you was wrong, Mr. Smarty Pants. And by the way, Ted Cruz gets so much stuff wrong, it's not even funny. Ted Cruz is like a Greg Abbott. He gets some things right, but he's kind of like Greg Abbott. And Ted Cruz is too much of a buffoon for Israel, just too much of it. See, I can criticize Israel, but at the same time, when Israel does something right, I'm going to say, I'm not going to be against Israel on everything just because everybody else does it. But I'm not going to be for Israel on everything either. But I remember when Ted Cruz went on here, was embarrassing himself. Tucker Carlson embarrassed Ted Cruz when he was trying to quote the Bible, but he couldn't even know what he was talking about in the Bible. This is worse than this pastor down here in Texas, in San Antonio, a little fat dude who got the big mega church named John Hagee. I can't stand that piece of trash either. John Hagee says, and I quote, Jews don't need Jesus in order to go to heaven. He's reading the Bible and he's supposed to be so smart. He's contradicting what the scripture actually says. I'm saying, like, what Bible is he reading? He's such a sellout for Israel that he tries to lie and say the Bible don't really say that. Jesus said it himself, fool. What you talking about, man? It's ridiculous. You could be a Jew all you want to. You ain't going to heaven because you know Jew. Hell is you talking about, man? Contradicts everything the Bible said. I used to be these idiots be on my Facebook. He's a, oh, whoever speaks against Israel. Which Israel are you talking about? You talking about the modern day Israel, or you talking about the lost tribes of Israel? Because they was lost. 10 of the tribes was even lost. The hell is you even talking about, man? You a joke. I don't even like to argue with people about the Bible because they be thinking they're so freaking smart about something. You don't know what you're talking about. Please leave the Bible out of it. Stick to your politics. But I want to pull up Mark Levin because I want to be Mark Levin just trashing Donald Trump. Now he's kissing Donald Trump, asking Donald Trump to protect him from Meg Kelly. Can't make this up, man. Let's see, where's that Mark Levin at? This is the one he was telling people not to vote for Donald Trump. And then the other one, I forgot what the other one was for. Let me see.
Be voting for Donald Trump, and he can thank Roger Stone. And if they piss me off one more time, I'm going to urge millions and millions of you not to vote for him either. I will not be.
See, some of these people, their ego is just so damn big. He think he can tell other grown-ups what to do. First of all, I've never really been a Mark Levin fan. I just haven't. He's too full of himself over nothing. And when he gets it wrong, he never admits to it. This boy he said he said he doesn't support Donald Trump, and he was going to tell millions of people not to vote for Donald Trump. Now he's a Trump advocate. He's MAGA now. Can't make this up, man. These people, I'm telling you.
Voting for Donald Trump, and he can thank Roger Stone. And if they piss me off one more time, I'm going to urge millions and millions of you not to vote for me.
Boy, these people, their ego is be out of control. I ain't lying. I ain't gonna try to tell no grown-up who to vote for. You vote for who the hell you want to vote for. Your job is to give them the information, not to tell them who to vote for.
I haven't endorsed Trump. I doubt that I'm going to, as a matter of fact. And I've never met Mr. Trump. I've never played golf with Mr. Trump. I've never gone to any clubs with Mr. Trump. I've never had a meal with Mr. Trump. Nothing. Zero. This guy sounds like Code Pink. Sounds like a radical kook.
That's what he was saying about Donald Trump. You know who don't like Mark Levin, who's never liked Mark Levin? You know Michael Savage? Michael Savage hates Mark Levin. I don't know why they never got along. And Mark Levin, that's the one he won't try to challenge, is Michael Savage. For some reason, Mark Levin act like he's scared of Michael Savage to me. That's what I get from it, because you know Michael Savage, he'll start dropping like F-bombs and all kinds kind of stuff. But for some reason, Mark Levin, he's kind of scared of Michael Savage. I don't know why. Now, here's Mark Levin kissing up to Donald Trump. See, these people some of them are just a little bit too fake for me. I'm going to be honest with you.
Story. Even before Donald Trump announced, my father, Jack, our daughter Lauren, and my brother-in-law Joe were big Trump supporters. Joe is not with us anymore. Shortly before he passed away, I called Donald Trump. I called him and I spoke to his assistant. I said, is it possible to speak to the president? I was wondering if he would have a few words with my brother-in-law, Joe. 10 seconds later, Donald Trump was on the phone. I believe he came off the golf course. And I put the phone up against Joe's ear. And President Trump spoke to him lovingly, beautifully. Told him he loved him. Told him to keep fighting, that we need him. I believe Joe heard him. And I want you to understand that Donald Trump does this all the time. And he means it all the time. You're not a number to him. You're not a mob, a mass of people to him. You're a human being to him. He looks you in the eye. Every individual is special. I want you to know that.
Now, you was bad-mouthing him until you needed him to do something. He became great. Now, whether you like Donald Trump, but I can tell you, I can show you many stories of people who said Donald Trump and did stuff, and he never went to the media and got the media to say it. There was this older black woman who was going to kill herself, and you probably saw the story before. She was going to jump or something. Donald Trump was coming by, and he stopped and said, ma'am, don't do that. And he opened her hand, he put a $100 bill in her hand and told her not to do it. She tells the story. I wish I would have got the story, but she tells the story how Donald Trump saved her life. That doesn't mean Donald Trump is perfect. It doesn't mean you can't criticize Donald Trump. But a lot of times Donald Trump has done stuff, not like other politicians who do stuff for photo op. Donald Trump has done a lot of stuff for people before he was the president and while he was the president, and he never talked about it. Now, I got a lot of respect for him in that sense because he done stuff for people. Because when you do stuff for people, why you got to tell everybody? Why you got to tell everybody what you do? Do something in silence sometimes. Let the Lord bless you. Because every time you do something, you ain't got to go tell everybody everything you done for somebody else. That should be a bunch of stuff you done that nobody even knows about you done it, but you and the Lord, that he knows you done it. Because when you do something, then you run and go tell someone that's your blessing because you want everybody else to know it. You weren't doing it with the right motive. So whether you like Donald Trump or not, it's a known fact. I didn't hear so many stories of the man helping people and never telling the story. Nobody ever even knew about the story. But he does that. Does that mean he's perfect? No, it don't mean he's perfect. Does that mean you can't criticize him? Hell no. But when somebody does something good, you got to give them their props when they do something right. My man Mark Andrews hit us up on our PayPal. God bless you, that brother Mark. Thank you so much, brother. But what I don't like is that when people start disliking somebody, they do a whole 360 and they act like everything the person says is bad. Candace Owens is another one. And there's some people that want you to criticize Candace Owens. If I'm not mistaken, it was Charlie Kirk and they did the Brexit who brought Candace Owens in and they did their thing. And then it was, I don't know if Candace Owens went to PragerU first or she went to Ben Shapiro first. I can't remember which one. I think it was PragerU. Then she started campaigning with Vivek. I never was a Vivek guy. I didn't trust Vivek. Never have, and I still don't to this day. I know he's running for, what is he running for, governor down there or something? I never will trust Vivek. I just don't trust him. That's too much shady thing. He reminds me too much of Barack Obama. He just does. I don't give a damn how smart you'll say he is. Some people can be fooled with somebody being smart. Elon Musk is smart. I agree with Elon Musk on some things. But I wouldn't want Elon Musk to be the president because he's another egomaniac too. Even though he's right on many things, he's a brilliant guy. Anybody can run these kind of multi-billion-dollar companies simultaneously. Don't tell me he ain't smart. AOC says Elon Musk ain't smart. I'm not going to tell that lie. Elon Musk is brilliant, but that don't mean he's smart. He knows every damn thing because he's smart. There's people who know how to do certain things. They're good at certain things. See, like an actor or actress may be good at acting. That doesn't mean I'm going to take their advice on no politics. You need to stay out the politics. I don't think basketball players and football players and athletes and all, and the movie stars and all this and singers should be trying to tell any damn body, shut up and sing. Shut up and play basketball. Shut up and throw the basketball. We don't need you trying to lecture us, you freaking moron, you. That was where, did you see Ben Stiller? I forgot to get, I was going to make a video of it, but he got some new soda. He was at the store and nobody was paying attention to that little clown, little liberal piece of trash. Can't stand these little liberal cuckolds always running their pie hole. Speaking of that, speaking of stupidity, before we move on to some more of the infighting, and Tucker Carlson has really just lost his mind, if you ask me. Some of the stuff Tucker Carlson be saying, I don't know if he really believes it or not, but Tucker wants me to feel sorry for him. All I want to know is who was you communicating with in Iran when we was finna go to war with him? He said, well, I have a right, I'm a reporter. It depends. And then somebody said, I saw the people from those Turks, whatever, that moron from the Turks. He was saying that nobody got upset when they was communicating with Israel. Well, Israel was fighting with us, moron. The Iranians was fighting against us. So why would Tucker Carlson be communicating to anybody, especially in the government? I don't know who he was communicating with. Then the CIA tapped into his phone. Of course they're going to tap into your phone because especially if you communicate with people in Iran, we're finna go to war with them. That's kind of stupid on your part when you're supposed to be so damn smart. But I want to pause for a minute because I got a couple of videos. I want to show you how dumb, the dumbing down of America. Because some of these people, I couldn't even believe some of these clips was actually real. These are not politics. These are just morons. Listen to this dude right here. They say he's a streamer. He looks kind of young. I don't know who he is. I don't really care. But the dude's a moron. His girlfriend has to correct. He didn't know eggs came from chickens. Whoo, boy. The stupidity in this one runs real deep.
I got the eggs. You know where eggs come from?
Chickens. Chickens.
Oh, these are eggs right here.
Hmm?
These eggs right here, we're gonna eat. Where do they come from?
Chickens.
Are you?
They come from chickens. Where else do they come from?
You telling me right now that this egg we're gonna eat right here is from a chicken butthole? Come on, chicken.
Yeah.
Ruffy, that's true?
Where did you think they were from?
So how the fuck when a chicken pop out the egg, a baby come out?
Because there's different
He's not playing either. He's serious. The school system has failed.
types.
You finna Google it. You can't make this up.
Are you dumb?
No way you're real. I swear to God, what? Marty!
We went through this already, bro.
Marty, you knew that? Tell your mom so you knew that.
Can you believe this? Can you believe this? This dumbass thought eggs came from, I don't know, where do you think they come from? A cow? Where the hell do you think the eggs come from? A kangaroo? This fool had to Google where eggs come from. He looked like he at least over 18. What are they teaching in the school system? What I like to know, what a dumbass. Wow, man. This is ridiculous. But he wasn't the only dumb one. Wait, I got another one. Yes, Grady says the grocery store. he thought they came from the grocery store. They just appeared in the grocery store. Who is this? Wait a minute. It's another one that wasn't very smart either. I said, these people are serious? Let me see. Where's the other one? What's this? That's what I'm talking about, assassination. Oh, I got one for Joy Reid too. Speaking of stupid, Joy Reid's in the news. Watch this one right here. She says, if you have a mother and a father and they produce you, that means you're a mixed person. She's not playing. No, this is serious business.
Me if I'm a man or a woman, because if my dad is a man and my mom's a woman, that would mean that I'm mixed.
She's serious.
Stop asking me if I'm a man or a woman, because if my dad is a man and my mom's a woman, that would mean that I'm mixed.
You can't make this up. You can't. Lord have mercy. Jesus, come fast. I don't know how you can become so damn stupid. Oh God. People are these, and they please don't reproduce. Please don't reproduce. Get them set. They need to be sold up right now. Making sure they don't reproduce nothing. Here's Joy Reid, another one who ain't very bright.
Our regime has secret police. They have secret police. Our regime is oppressing women, taking.
She says we're just as worse as Iran.
Away abortion rights, taking away women's rights in.
Somebody's taking away your rights to have a hairline. That's whose rights is being violated. Your hairline is being violated. Why is your hair starting that far back, girl? You need to put a wig on. I'm offended.
Like 26 states, some states where they're trying to have the death penalty for having an abortion.
What state's trying to get the death penalty for abortion? Girl, quit lying. Damn, this is a lying freaking Cornelius looking heifer.
They also oppress women. They have the highest rate of women who are in STEM careers. We're kicking women out of the military, out of university. We're saying that DEI.
We're kicking women out of the university. You mean the DEI hires, the bias hires for DEI? They're kicking them out because they're women? Really? Really, Joy? Change your name to Angry.
I means women can't be hired for high positions in the sciences.
They can be hired if they're qualified, stupid. Do you not get that part? Did your mama drop you on your head or something?
We're marginally better, and we're doing it for Christianity. They're doing it for Islam, right? Yeah. So it's like we don't get.
Girl, if we was that biased, no moron like you would have ever been allowed to be on the air. If it was so damn biased.
Told those things because it would take away the kind of American exceptionalism narrative.
This proves you don't have to be smart for them to give you a damn show on Miss NBC or CNN. You just don't have to be very smart. Matter of fact, you can be rich without being smart. Joe Biden proves that. Nancy Pelosi proves that. Jasmine McCrockey proved that. Especially if you go into politics. Here's Brendan Johnson, that moron from down in Chicago.
What I have done is I'm working with our HR, because that's where hiring rests, as we work to recruit more and more people to become firefighters, and particularly young Black folks, to your specific.
What if the Black men don't want to be firefighters? So you're saying if somebody else is more qualified and they pass the test and get grade higher, somebody Black just got to get it because they're Black? See, this is the same as nepotism and cronyism. I don't understand how people be thinking that this kind of mindset is okay.
Question. I've made a commitment to the entire department that I would continue to use my platform to encourage more Black young people to go into this profession, and also ensuring that our HR department has fair practices that allow for more of Black applicants to be in the rotation for strong consideration. It is something that I have my eyes on.
Really? Okay. Now, I found this woman. I think they said she might work at a hospital, but she wants Donald Trump dead. At least that's what she said. So she wants the Iranians to assassinate him. We want to make sure we get the proper information on her, because she thinks she was smart. Here she is.
Now, Iran, you do know that your target is not New York City, right? I just want you to understand the assignment, okay? And because we don't agree with this shit, but your target.
That Guthrie, I think, is a clinic, if I'm not mistaken. They say she works there. So this is how dumb these people are. You go post stuff like this online, threatening the president to be assassinated. Much as I hate Obama and Joe Biden, I never went online and threatened for them to be assassinated. And then they get upset when something happens to them. You cannot threaten the president, dumbass.
It's Washington, D.C. and Mar-a-Lago. Okay? Not New York City, not anywhere else. Those two places. Okay? We here? Don't miss like the last person. Okay? All right. And when I say Washington, D.C., I just want to be clear, okay? It used to be a really nice White House. It's the trap house now, but it's still called the White House. That's the target in Washington, okay? Just want to...
Can you imagine? Just say a white guy from Alabama, when Barack Obama was the president, a white guy from Alabama working at the lumberyard would have went on and did this video. Every damn news station, non-stop, how they're trying to kill the Black man because he's the president, non-stop coverage. NAACP, the DOJ would have picked them up like yesterday. If a white man had went on and said exactly this about Barack Obama, all the crap would have hit the fan. Because they came and visited me at my house when all I said is, that bastard's so stupid, he needs to be hitting his head with a baseball bat. I didn't even say I was going to do it. I said he needs to be hitting the head with a baseball bat. Next thing I know, freaking, I don't know if it was the Secret Service or Homeland Security. They called my phone. I hung up on them. Hell, you calling me for this is such as I don't give a damn who you is. Don't call my phone. And so they met me in my house. Why y'all here? Did I threaten him? No, but somebody could have taken this threat. I said, but I didn't threaten him. Why you here? But she not getting visited. I'm black and I couldn't say nothing about Barack Obama. Just imagine if a white man had said that about Barack Obama. Damn it, boy, they'd have hid you in the penitentiary. They would have hid you. But she's specifically talking about telling Iran to go to Mar-a-Lago and the White House and take him out. And that's where she works at. Now, she'll get on here crying when people start harassing. That's what they always do. See, I never get on here crying when they try to send me some email. I just say it's a joke. Sending me an email threatening me I started laughing. Like, you're so funny. You threatening me online. I'm supposed to get scared about that? Come on now. Come on. Stop. Please stop it. But these people do something and then they'll get threatened and then they'll come on here whining about they're being threatened. Thought you wanted to smoke. Now you get the smoke and then you get upset because your stupidity, you didn't stepped in it and now you're upset because you stepped in it.
Make sure I'm clear on the instructions. Just to make sure you understand this. I'm sure you guys are already on top of it, because I'm sure there's some other little hiding places and sewer holes and whatnot where these people will be at. But focus on the target. Okay? Focus on the target. Okay?
We have, it seems like to me that as a society, we're going backwards. Because basic human decency has been thrown out the window. Most of the time, on the left side, all they do is praise abortion. They praise criminals. They praise illegals. They praise your rights being violated. They praise you getting your First Amendment destroyed. They want to take your guns. That's all they praise. And then over here, they get upset if you say something about Israel. If you criticize Charlie Kirk's wife, you can't say nothing. You got to agree with everything Donald Trump said. I never seen a society that pretends that you got to agree with either side on everything they say. And then they get upset when you don't agree with it. Well, I thought you were smart. I thought your mama was smart. Since we going there, I thought you were smart. Oh, that hurts my feelings because you thought I was smart. I don't know if I can bear if you didn't think I was smart, because I don't 100% agree with you, which these are the reasons I don't agree with you. And this is the reason that you was wrong about this and they was wrong about this and they was wrong about that. So no, I don't agree with everything, damn thing you say, or your hero, whoever they may be. No, I don't agree with everything. I've always been like this. I'm sorry. You should ask the Lord. He made me like this. When I was a little bitty boy, I used to get in trouble. My mom would tell me, shut up because I said so, and I couldn't talk back. But in my mind, I was saying, was she still wrong? In my mind, because you couldn't talk back. Not when I was going, you pow, you hit in the mouth. But in my mind, I was saying, when I get grown, I'm not going to let nobody bully me around, just be quiet. Because when I'm right about something, it could be my parents. In my mind, that's not right. I can tell you something, but I want to get personal with it. But it's too many times that people I knew was wrong about it, and they wanted me just to go along because you was wrong. I done had a falling out with people. I'm saying people I was close to, family, friends, relationship, because I wouldn't agree and just blindly follow something. I said, hold on a minute. You want me to blindly follow what you say? Won't you blindly follow what I say then? See, I'm not getting upset when you don't agree with me, but you're going to get upset when I don't agree with you. Don't understand that. Aren't we individuals? But here's the reason I disagree with you. Now, give me the good reasons you disagree. This is the way I feel. I don't care about your feelings. I'm not off into the feeling game. No. You need to give me, I'm logical. I want you to logically tell me what. Like, I can go from both sides. I want, let's go with the pro-Palestinian crowd first. Could Candace Owens or Tucker Carlson, could you guys explain to me how you're saying that Hamas does not run Palestine? All this time since Yasser Arafat, Hamas has been running this. And if you say that the land is stolen, didn't y'all fight for it? It was a war, right? How many wars y'all lost? So y'all lost 4 wars. Now it's supposed to, you said they killed some children. That's how war works. You lose a war. So now you want me to give you back stuff after you lost? I don't think so. I'm sorry, but I can't go with that program. Because that'd be like Mexico telling us to give them back Texas or California. It's not going to happen. You lost. Plus of all, we purchased some of it. So get over it. Now, on the other side, you got the Ted Cruz's and the Mark Levins and the Ben Shapiro who think Israel can do no wrong. Well, I'm sorry. I don't even know how Israel allowed them the October 7th to happen. It happened. But how'd y'all drop the ball so damn far on that? And Benjamin Netanyahu came to Washington, D.C. when George Bush was the president, told us they had weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. And he was flat out lying. They all knew he was lying. He said it, but he was lying. So I can't challenge that. And then you look at the people say you can't criticize. I heard Ben Shapiro says you can't criticize Erica Kirk. First of all, with your little falsetto voice, I never was a Ben Shapiro fan either because his voice is a little bit light for me. Don't like dudes with a little bit. Him and Mark Levin both got real light voices. And I don't know. I'm a little biased when it comes to a man talking that with them little high-pitched voice. Seems to me you got a little in you when your voice is that high. But that's neither here or there. I remember when Ben Shapiro says you could not criticize Erica Kirk. Well, Erica Kirk lied about her dating anybody before Charlie Kirk. It's a flat-out lie. She was on these damn reality shows, so she lied about it. She was in Romania at 17 in beauty pageants talking about she wasn't for that. So she lied to me. You say I can't criticize somebody when I can prove she told me a lie? You got to be out your rabbit mind. Even if she was the Virgin Mary, I still could criticize, but she's not. She's not the Virgin Mary. So you cut that out right now. Like I can't criticize Erica Kirk. Listen, whenever a country or a person tells you that you don't have a right to criticize anyone, you have become their slave. Nobody should be able to tell a grown person that you can't criticize something. What country are we living in? I thought that was part of the Constitution, that you have a right to criticize people. You got to get canceled because you I don't have to agree with Candace Owens. She got the right to criticize Erica Kirk. You can say she goes to the extreme. So what? And you said, well, her life is going to be real. Everybody who's in public viewing, life is in danger. What are you talking about? There's people life is in danger who don't even be in public view. Going to the store, your life is in danger. Going outside, your life is in danger. There's people who are getting killed right now as we speak. Ain't no public platform because there's dangerous people in the country because your politicians, both Republicans and Democrats, have been letting violent criminals out of jail. We should have never even went with something they call a sanctuary city. How insane is it for a country that says they have a constitution and then tell me you have a sanctuary city, meaning that somebody can come from another country and break laws and ignore the Constitution because some governor or some senator or whoever decide to make a sanctuary city when it contradict what the Constitution says. So make up your mind. Either we have laws or we don't have laws. I don't give a damn about your feelings getting hurt. I saw some Republicans saying, well, we're upset because we want Donald Trump and his administration only to remove those who are violent criminals who have committed a crime. Well, they committed a crime when they came over here illegally. I don't care if you like it or not. Either that's the law or it's not the law. And if you're saying that those people who came over here and they're doing the right thing now and we don't have a right to deport them, well, I got some laws I like to break too, damn it. Who makes it up or who can break what laws? See, everybody think they're little Adolf Hitlers, if you ask me. But we got these self-righteous people online saying, well, I don't think we should be deporting people if they're not doing anything right now. So they broke the law to get over here. You're saying it's okay for them to break the law? Well, no, we're going to let them. Okay, I got some laws I want to break. What makes it a foreigner have a right to break a law and I can't break no damn laws? Hell is you talking about? That's stupidity. Don't give me that political. They tugging on your heart. Well, don't you feel sorry for the family? Well, don't you feel sorry for me? I want to do some criminal activities too then. If they can break the law, I want to break the law. Everybody wants to make it where it feels good to be able to get away with stuff. Because some people say, well, I don't think it's right. Is it the law? It ain't the law, damn it. Hell is you talking about? I hate the IRS. Why can't we just do away with them then? But if you have a country where laws can be applied to some and not the others, see, this is one of the main problems I have with the Trump administration, because nobody from the deep state has been prosecuted. When we can prove all the laws they broke, Hillary should be already indicted. Letitia James should already be indicted. James Comey should be indicted. Joe Biden should be indicted. I mean, you can go down the list of the people who should have been already indicted by now. Adam Schiff should have been indicted. Mr. Fang should have been indicted. He's trying to run for governor. He don't even have a residence in California. They can break every damn law, and then you telling me that if you deduct some, put on there that you deducted something from your taxes or whatever, they can come and audit you for that. But the politicians can rip you off for millions of dollars, pay off their family and friends millions of dollars. The freaking Somalians can steal billions of dollars, and Omar running around, who married her brother, she ain't been arrested yet. And we want to talk about what's fair. The laws don't equally apply to everybody. Everybody keeps saying nobody's above the law. Bull. There are some people who are above the law, evidently. We had a whole laptop who had all the dirt that the Bidens had did, and the Republicans didn't do a damn thing about that. And they say, if you send me to Washington, D.C. this time, Bastards, you said that the last 3 elections, this time, if you send me that this time, I'm going to go there and fight for your rights. No, you're not. No, you're not. For the last 40 years that I can remember, these politicians have been saying the same damn thing. I remember when I was 20 years old. I wasn't really into politics, but when I was listening to these politics, I said, why do we have so many problems with debt and everything else if they so damn smart? And I wasn't even into politics. But then when I started paying attention to politics, and when I started really paying attention, I said, the Democrats are evil. No doubt about that. They're pretty of the devil. But why do the Republicans, either they're going along with it or they're too stupid to figure out that the Democrats like to cheat? Or they in on the con job? One of the two. Because you can't say the reason we're in debt, the reason we have all this corruption, the reason we have all this crime is only the Democrats. And the Democrats are saying, well, if it wasn't for Donald Trump has been in office 5 years altogether. What about all the years Donald Trump wasn't in office? Why didn't you bastards fix some? All these people, every time you hear some of these jackasses, anybody who comes on and do a podcast or anything else, and I don't care if you're a comedian or whatever, if you act like Donald Trump is Adolf Hitler and we wouldn't have no problems if it wasn't for Donald Trump, what about all the problems we had before Donald Trump showed up, you dumb jackass you? It makes no sense for the people to go to the extreme on anything. And you can't rationally talk to these people. So this is why I found a new strategy. When a person shows me they're stupid and they don't have no knowledge of facts and they're not interested in facts, I just start name calling. I start picking at them, saying all kind of stuff, and they be getting all mad and stuff. Well, you got to call names. Well, I tried to be reasonable with them. So I'm gonna make jokes about it because it's funny to me. When you keep ignoring facts, I'm just going to start making jokes about you. Because I think it's funny now because you wouldn't listen to reason. And when you don't listen to reason, now I got to make fun of you. There's people still running around right now thinking that Barack Obama was a great president. There's some people right now think Joe Biden got 81 million votes. You are a special kind of stupid if you think Joe Biden got 81 million votes. And you go look at the chart of the less counties. He won less counties than Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, Hillary, and Donald Trump, but he got 81 million votes. He's the most popular president of all time when he don't know how to clean his own behind. But this is the system now. The system wants to bully you into just going along. And when you won't get along, they get mad at you. Well, I just don't understand why you got to be so mean. Nothing turns me off more than some guy getting upset because I call somebody a name. I just don't understand the Christian way why you got to be calling people names. Well, why don't you ask your mama? Maybe she can figure out why I call people names. Because you're not going to stop me from calling them names. If they stop trying to lie, so they lying and cheating and allowing child molesters to run around, but you upset because I called them a name. You're not this is upset about the kids being molested about the criminals getting out of jail, about somebody getting their brains blown out because somebody wanted their car. You're upset because I said something mean-spirited online. You're a joke, man. You need to toughen up. Some grown man getting himself all worked up over it. I wish men would act like when I grew up, my dad and stuff, I just never seen so many wimpy men who be, and I'm not talking about, they look like a wimp. They'll tell you how bad they can fight on it, but mentally they're midgets, mental midgets. See, you could be the strongest guy in the world. You could be the toughest guy in the world, but you could be a mental midget. Like Mike Tyson in his prime, he could beat up people. He still was a mental midget. He's a mental midget. He gets himself all worked up and stuff. Tell me he won. And see, when Mike Tyson got himself worked up, he thought he could intimidate like Evander Holyfield. He had to bite his ear because you couldn't intimidate. You can't intimidate everybody. You got to learn that. See, you got to learn how to use some reasonable skills because no matter how bad you think you is, there's somebody else is badder. Or there's somebody else will catch you slipping at the right time. So there's no such thing as the baddest man alive. There's a bunch of bad people in the grave. Ooh, they was bad. Tough, bad dudes. I know some bad dudes dead, been dead a long time. Look at all the mobsters who's dead, no matter how bad you are. Because eventually you got to pay the piper. Stupidity and blind following behind people like it's a cult or something, like Jim Jones. I'm going to tell you what turns me off about people. And once I see them, I don't even have to, sometimes I don't even say nothing about it. But when you start getting upset, like if I criticize somebody and you start coming how I was going to listen, but you criticize people, I don't say anything. I just make a mental note, mental midget. You that upset because I criticized somebody and told you the reason why I criticized, but you got upset because I criticized. You know why? Because you're a mental midget. You're not even a man. People in my father's generation was not going to get that upset because somebody said something hurtful. They didn't have online, but if they said something hurtful, care about none of that. Those are different kind of men. I'm glad that we had a different kind of mindset of the World War II veterans, World War I veterans, the Vietnam veterans. I'm glad we didn't have these type of men back then because we would have never won any war. Because as soon as they get under a little bitty pressure, they bust it. They just bust wide open mentally or something else. It's like that little, what's that little singer named Therese? I think his name Therese. Every time I see him, he coming online crying. You hit the record button and came online and cried like a little bitch. Dude, get yourself together. Don't ever come online crying and do a video post of you crying online. Now, if it's a funeral or something happy happens and you may share it, but you gonna come online or crying and weeping behind somebody did something to you. My baby mama is filing for and want me to pay more child support. And I'm looking like, what a mental midget to come online to cry like that. Man, get offline with that. Go get yourself together. You come online crying like that. That's not for you. You cannot be a real man. You come online crying about somebody wronging you. I got mistreated. Like the guy he went to Chick-fil-A. He said somebody wrote monkeys. He online crying almost. You don't get your punk, you know what, offline crying like that. Boy, if you don't get off here, I swear, I got disdain. We need to toughen up. And every time I look around, there's some other man who is woman and woman or more. He goes and kill a whole family. Mental midget. He got tattoos all over his face, all on his neck, and his girl broke up with him, so he go kill somebody. Mental midget. You got your tattoos, you hardcore, you's a punk. You gonna go kill somebody because she don't want you no more. How weak are you? That's pathetic. I'm gonna go blow up the house. So just say, you caught your woman cheating, you caught your man cheating. You gonna go get yourself arrested and go to jail because they wanted to be a whore? How stupid, just think about how that sounds. You're saying that you're willing to go to prison because your woman or your man was a whore. I don't get it. I'm not gonna throw my freedom away because you a whore. I don't think so. That's stupidity of me. And then a lot of times they gotta kill themselves because they can't handle the consequences. I just can't live without him. I can't live without her. Man, if you watch those SNAP programs or these programs, the thing people will kill people for. Clever and I was watching a program. I forgot the name of it. Murder Comes to Small Town, something like that. One of those kind of crime shows. And there was a man there. The man, all he did was work hard. He went to church, worked hard. His wife went to church. There was a youth pastor there. A pastor was teaching the youth people. His wife started sleeping with the youth pastor, and they said, we need to kill my husband because I don't want to get a divorce. I don't want to be divorced twice. So you go to church every Sunday, but you're going to kill your husband because you got some ding-a-ling from pastor such and such. And the ding-a-ling was so good that you're going to go kill your husband instead of just divorcing him. See, this is how evil people think now. Well, we need to kill him because we want to get some of his money. You can't make this up, man. I be saying, like, where do you get these evil people from? I'm going to kill somebody because I'm cheating. And I'm going to think it's a good idea. And then they think it's like a fireproof plan. If we just can kill him, we can be together. Divorce him, y'all can be together again. If it's so wonderful, divorce him, leave him alive. And they had like 2 children too. So now they don't have any parents. You're in prison and y'all kill your husband. How you feel about that, you dumbass? You just don't make any sense. People are wicked and evil. Anybody who thinks that sin is not in human beings, you're fooling yourself. Because when you start watching your crime show, you say, wait a minute, you actually killed your wife for $10,000? You killed your husband for $50,000? You okay with that? And y'all got children together? Who are these people? These are your politicians. They can be politicians too, because the politicians are willing to let children die. The politicians are willing to let criminals out of jail. They're willing to do everything they can so they can get paid a little bit more money. We are living in freaking evil time. When you watch some of these, I'm just flabbergasted at some of these shows. I'll be watching some of these, I'm saying, I can't believe these people actually do this kind of stuff. And they have like a hidden microphone that'll catch them saying stuff, and they be so cold-blooded about it. Well, we just need to kill him because I'm sick of being married. Well, they have something called divorce. No, I want to kill him because I want to get the insurance money. Then we can live happily ever after. I be saying to myself, boy, you got to watch people. If you think it ain't no wicked people, boy, you got to watch people because people will kill you over nothing. I'm sorry, but you really going to kill somebody over $10,000 or $50,000? $100,000? You going to kill somebody? And that ain't going to mess with your conscience? The person that you had kids with, you're going to kill them over their insurance money. Whoo, boy, I tell you, when I see some of these things, I just sit back and say, man, you got to watch who you trust. That's all I'm saying. And then some people be just so oblivious. They don't even realize that the person has disdain for them. Utter disdain for them. Sometimes you can see it, but they ignore it. This is why I don't understand why people be so in love with these politicians. Politicians don't give a damn about us. If they did, that whole COVID thing, Anthony Fauci should be in prison. But look at this. The doctors and all these doctors that knew that this stuff was not good, they were pushing this over and over again, punishing you because you didn't want it. These are doctors. But they're willing for almighty dollar, for the love of money. People will do almost anything. Now think about this. During the COVID lockdown, they knew damn well that it hadn't went through the medical thing, and they knew it wasn't good for you, but they said, you need to take this. If you don't take it, we're going to fire you. They're going to fire you for not taking something that may kill you. You can't make it up, man, and they was good with that. Anthony Fauci knew he was lying. He's still lying to this day. He's been lying even when the AIDS epidemic was going on. Anthony Fauci was lying, but he's an infectious disease expert. I remember when I was criticizing Anthony Fauci, some of the people were coming to comments and say, he knows more than you. He's an infectious disease expert. What are you? You're not a real doctor. I'm looking like, you really are a dumbass. If he's so damn smart, why is it not working? You mean to tell me, I said, and I would tell him, go look up a dust mask and see can a dust mask stop an infectious disease, you moron, you. I'm not a, quote, medical doctor, but I'm smart enough to know that a dust mask cannot stop those small particles of an infectious disease, you freaking moron, you. Anthony Fauci said you need to put on 2 masks. Yeah, because he knows you stupid and you'll go along with anything he says. He's like Jim Jones. He's like, I just love Anthony Fauci. And remember that woman for the CDC? We got new guidance for the CDC. The CDC just came out with a report saying that the flu shots this year is only 25% effective. So a 75% fail rate. I've never got a flu shot. Never will get a flu shot. I don't let you inject things in my body. I just don't. And see, whenever somebody tells me that you need to do this, you need to do this. No. I'm not going to listen to you. I'm not going to listen to you. I've never, if you want to get real sick, just stay in the hospital a long period of time. I can tell you story out of story that people was in the hospital and they got sicker when they was in the hospital. I can tell you people, I got them out the hospital because they was trying to kill them. They'll kill you in the hospital, man. I'm not saying all doctors are bad, but I'm saying you should love your health more than the doctor loves your health. If you constantly go to the doctor and you getting worse going to the doctor, you've been going to the doctor for 10 and 20 years and he ain't heal you or nothing and you keep going to him, who's the fool? You're not going to keep telling me something I know ain't good for me. I'm not going to go with it. So some things, it ought to be logically. Here's a simple process that I've been applying, I can't remember how many years, for the last 40 years. Especially when I hit 40 and then 50 for sure. If I eat something one time and it makes me feel real bad, I say, well, maybe it's medicine. I'll try it again. If it does it again, never eat it again. I'm done with it. Because I don't like feeling sluggish. I don't like feeling like I'm about to have a heart. If I eat something and I start feeling funny, I feel a little queasy, my energy leave, I don't eat it no more. I just stop eating. It's very simple. Use that test right there, and you can probably always heal yourself. You can naturally heal yourself. Why are you taking some kind of medicines when you having heartburn? If every time you eat it, you got heartburn, your body's trying to tell you something. Stop eating that hell. Well, I really do like it spicy. Well, if it's making you get heartburn every time, you need to stop eating it. I don't care how much you like it. I love bacon. If bacon made me sick every time I ate it, guess what I do? I'll stop eating bacon. And I love me some bacon. But I eat it in moderations. It's like you do everything. I like ice cream in moderations. You cannot eat everything all the time. It's very simple. You can't believe everything a damn politician tells you. By nature, politicians like to lie. Both Republicans and Democrats will tell you lies. They will exaggerate stuff. They will try to bully you and intimidate you to go take some. They were telling people to the little thing they were sticking in people's nose during COVID. They never put that in my nose. I told me not putting it in my nose. It's not going to happen. Under no circumstances they're going to happen. See, sometimes you got to stand on certain principles. I remember I was working at this company, and I had been there like 10 years. And out of the clear blue sky, the owner of the company wanted all the employees to sign an NDA. Everybody else was all worked up and stuff. I just told him point blank. Before he even said something to me, he passed it around, he emailed all this. So I looked at it, and everybody asked me, you going to sign? I said, no, I'm not signing. They said, what's going to happen? I said, well, we got 2 options. He can fire me, or I can stay here and I cannot sign it. Not sign it, because the NDA says if I leave there, I couldn't go do the same kind of work anywhere else for the next 3 or 4 years. Why would I sign that? I'm not signing that. If you're going to give me incentive, like you give me $1 million, then I'll sign it. So why would I let you hinder me from going earn a living because you said I might go take some of your business? So what? I'm not signing that. You got to give, if you give me a bunch of money up front, I may sign the NDA because then I got an incentive to sign it. But I'm not signing it just to make you feel good. You can go jump in the lake. And so all the other people working there asked me because they know how I am. If I say I'm not doing, I'm not doing. I don't care who said, whoever said. The whole world can say it. I wouldn't give a damn. So I told them I wasn't signing. They said, well, because all of them was gonna sign it at first, and then when I said I'm not gonna sign it, they said, well, we're gonna see what you do. I said, I already told you I'm not doing it. I'm done with the conversation. I ain't talking about it no more because I'm not signing it. So we had our meeting. Everybody was in there. He said everybody signed it, and so I told him I'm not signing mine. So what's the problem is? Why would I sign something that I can't earn a living and doing something I specialize in doing? What's my incentive for doing it? It's beneficial to you, but it's no beneficial to me. Now, if you're going to say, we're going to give you everybody $100,000 to sign this, I might sign it then. But why would I just sign it just to make you feel good? I'm not signing it. I've been here all this time. Have I ever stolen your thing? So I'm not doing it. So what's the option? So he tore it up right there, and he tore up everybody else right there. I said, y'all coward. Because y'all was going to sign that crap. I'm not saying you can fire me. Because once I make up my mind, I'll take a fire. You can, when YouTube said it's going to kick me off, I don't stop talking, but they had to kick me off. I'm back. Because at certain time, I got certain principles that no matter how you threaten me, I'm not going to do it. I'd rather die than do certain things. And I mean that. See, a lot of people talk about that they're going to do something when they hit the fan. I be meaning that. I can tell you, I can write a book. I may write a book one day and tell you. It's so many times people say, if you don't do this, I'm going to kill you. I said, you're going to have to kill me then because I'm not going to do it. Well, if you don't stop doing such and such right there, well, you're going to have to show me because I'm not going to do it. It's certain principles you got to be willing to die for. And if you ain't willing to die for something, you'll fall for anything. And there's some things, and that means going back, I'm not going to do it. I don't feel comfortable doing that. I'm not going to throw a big old fit and start getting loud. I'm just not going to do it. I'm done with it. I don't have to do it. I can tell you a company I was working for, a guy, it was the owner. And like he tried to get me to do something, I would tell him I'm not going to do it. If he keep talking, I hang the phone up on him. He's the owner. I ain't finna talk about it. I already gave you my answer. Click. You're not finna keep it. You can't bully me into doing a damn thing. Click. I hang up on you. The CEO, I hung up on him. Click. Hung up on him. See, you think that the person can do something. You can't do nothing that the Lord don't like you to do it to me. You can't do it to me anyway. And if he allows you to do it to me, put me in the fiery furnace then, because I'm not finna do it just because you got upset. You're not gonna bully me into doing something. I say I'm not gonna do it. You can get mad. You can throw a pitch fit. You can run around, put fire on your own hair, whatever. I'm not gonna do it. That's it. And see, sometimes that'll get you in trouble for saying, and see, here's the problem with some of these influencers. They want you to blindly follow them. I don't tell you, you ain't got to blindly follow me. I don't care if you, because you're a grown up. Do what you want to. My own kids, I don't even try to, my kids disagree with me sometimes. They grown now. I don't try to force them to do it. But if my kids come to me with some bull crap and try to tell me, I say, I don't believe that. That's a bunch of bull right there. And they say, well, Daddy, you got to be so stringent about it. I say, you damn right I am. You can believe it if you want to, but I'm not. Here's where my principles lie on this. I don't care what you say about that. I'm not doing it, and this is the reason why. So I'm not going to go along just to get along with no one, period. And anybody who really knows me, see, a lot of people, they online, they one person, and offline, they something else. What you see is what you get. I'm like this 24/7. When I was working at a place, and I don't mean to make this about me, but I remember nobody working there knew I even did YouTube videos at first. It was an accident that they found out about it. But when they all found out about it, you know what all of them says? Oh, he talks like that at work. Because I do. Just like I'm talking right now. Wherever job I'm at, I talk just like this wherever I go. I don't try to pretend to be a different way. What you see is what you get. See, some people say one thing online, but offline they're a different way. I've been like this. You can go talk to my mother. You can go talk to people who grew up with me, been knowing me 50 years. They said, he been talking like this since we was 12. I've been talking like this. This is who I am. I don't have to remember nothing because I'm just going to tell you exactly. This is the same way because it's simple. Clever can tell you. You can go ask my kids. Since my kids been 1 year old, I've been telling them this right here. Since they was 1 and 2 and 3, I've been talking like this. When you have to make believe you're something that you're not, my memory is not good enough to be pretending to be somebody else because I forget who I am then. So I'm going to just be who I am now For some people, it's a turnoff. That's good. I mean, some people like Coca-Cola. Some people like Pepsi. Some people don't drink soda. Some people like their water cold. Some people like their water room temperature. Depends what you like. I'm not mad at you. But here's the thing is, seems to me you all want people to be authentic with you. I don't understand why people want people to be faking with them. Why you want somebody to fake? Shouldn't you want your politician, your podcaster, or whoever to be authentic? Pretending like you like. I don't pretend like I like nobody I don't like. If I don't like a bastard, I just tell you point blank, I don't like that bastard. Never have liked them, never will like them. I don't even try to sugarcoat it. If you ask me, do I like somebody, I'm going to tell you point blank, I don't like him. Or I'm going to say, he all right. I don't got no problem with him. But if I don't like somebody, I'm going to say, I don't like him, but this is the reason I don't like him. I'm going to give you a reason. I don't just dislike people for no reason, because I think that's ungodly. If I don't like you, it's a good reason why I don't like you. It ain't just because you got a soft voice. That ain't the only reason, but it's a reason. Now, I think I had one more clip I want to show you because I've been running my mouth. And my sweet Clever, now Clever is by far the sweetest woman I ever met. But don't let Clever's sweetness fool you, because Clever, when she got her mind made up, she believes something, it ain't nothing I or nobody else gonna do to change her mind. She got her mind made up. But guess what? She'll tell you, if we disagree with something, we disagree. But that's between me and her. That ain't between me and everybody else. We disagree on it. Yep. And I don't know about to tell nobody what we disagreed on, but we disagree on things. Now, I don't want you to be, it's some things that you have to have decorum when you do it. Because it was a clip today. It was a man, he was a preacher. He was saying, I think what he was saying was actually the right thing, but the way he said it, it wasn't the proper way to say it in church. Because he told the men, he was telling the congregation, women, you let your man, I think he was saying, shoot all his shots at you. You know what he was saying before he leave out, and you feed him because you don't want him to go out there hungry or horny. It's a better way to say that in church. It's almost as crazy as this damn song that somebody made up.
Talk to your coochie and your coochie talk back. I talk to your coochie and your coochie just not.
See, that's not a proper song to really sing at church. It's just not proper.
I talk to your coochie and your coochie talk back.
See, you shouldn't sing that in church. That is not a proper tune to sing in church. Not that was a church song, but that's kind of remind me of the guy who was the preacher. He was an older preacher too. I'm like, that's not appropriate in church. It's just like if you're going to have testimony service in church and you used to be a whore or a pimp or a whoremonger, you got to tone that down. You can't just say any old thing up in the Lord's house. You got to put a filter on that thing. Put a filter on it. You're not at the Jew joint. Not on the street corner. You got to put a filter on it. Got to understand what a filter is. Some people don't have no filter. They just let anything come out. I'm in church. You know, I say anything. No, you're in the Lord's house. You can't be saying anything in the Lord's house now. You need to put a filter on your mouth or something. I was with this guy. I don't ever call his name, because if I call his name, y'all knew it. He's a recording artist in Houston, Texas, gospel. And I was visiting this church that he was the director at. And he writes all kind of gospel. And I happened to be sitting by him. I don't think I ever told this story. I told it to Clever before, but I never told it to anybody else before. I think Clever's the only one I ever told this story to. And I was sitting by him, and the preacher was getting ready. He said the preacher was going out of town. And he's the choir director, and he writes gospel music. I didn't really know him. He was sitting next to me, and he started chatting, and he told me, yeah, the pastor will be out of town. I'm going to the strip joint. So I turned and looked at him and said, what you say? He said, I'm going to the strip club. And then I said, really? And I didn't say anything else, so I just paused. And he felt uncomfortable because I didn't say, yeah, that's cool. So he said, are you a cop? What difference does that make? We in church. It's not illegal to go to the strip club, but why are you talking about it? You the choir director. Why are you talking about going to a strip club? First of all, I never understood strip clubs. I don't understand why men go to strip clubs. Well, I know where they go. They like to look at naked women. But I don't understand window shopping. Men say women shouldn't window shopping, but isn't going to the strip club like window shopping without even getting anything? So you're paying somebody to give you attention to dance because you can't get anybody to pay attention to you unless you put some money in the slot machine. I mean, to each his own, you know what I mean? To each his own. You do you. I used to make fun of any friend of mine who went to strip club. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Never got it. Never will. I think I'm a square when it comes to that at a strip club. No, I mean, can't you just watch people dancing on TV? You're going to go to the club. You have such low self-esteem that you got to pay these women to dance and give you attention and tell you how wonderful you are because you're paying her. You're trick. I'm sorry, but you are. Well, it ain't tricking if you got it. You still a trick. You still a trick. You just a high-priced trick is what you are. Dress it up all you want to, damn fool. But anyway, we got to get out of here. Hope I didn't make anybody too mad tonight. Didn't mean to make you mad.